This is Minecraft Bedrock, and I'm going to be attempting to survive for 100 days in this world. In case you don't know, people say Bedrock is harder than Java. Well, I'm going to be testing that in this video. I'm going to be attempting to survive 100 days in this world, get a stable food source, make a base, kill the Ender Dragon, and get full enchanted diamond armor, I guess. Well, in case people like the video, don't forget to subscribe. So day zero is all about efficiency. So I went to the nearest tree, I chopped some wood. I made the wooden pickaxe and I would be killing any mob I come across to get some food. I quickly went into a small cave to get some stone. I made myself a stone pickaxe, went to a village, raided the village and killed the iron golem. Basically, that was all for day zero. As I said before, the zero has to be you have to rush it. So it's basically more of efficiency. So I raided the village the next day just to collect the loot that I hadn't collected before. When I was looking for like a place to set my base, I found the yellow portal, looted this, got some golden apple, found a place to set my base, made an iron pickaxe since I wanted to go and cave to get some more iron. But I think I got sidetracked, so I had to mine some wood. I think I wanted to start my base. So that was basically all for day one. Day two, I went into this ravine thinking that there will be some good ores for me to mine. Just to look and see there was only coal and copper. Like what type of cave, what type of ravine is this? Well, I later went to a better cave. I got some iron, got some coal too, I got some nice XP. Well, I decided to get a bit more iron since I did not want to come back to a cave like anytime soon. I found myself an emerald, which I mined, but obviously I didn't have fortune, so I only got one. So I smelted down all my iron and made an iron chest plate, and I had enough iron to make a full iron armor. But I took this lava and I was about to do the craziest shit to this zombie. Yo, chat, am I wicked? While I was exploring the cave, I found this slime chunk which was relatively close to my base. So I was mining out of the cave when this happened. Up, I guess this is why they say it's never good to mine straight down or up. In just 3 days, I had already died. Up, I checked the recordings and I saw the coordinates which I died. So I came back for my loot. Hopefully, I was able to get everything before my loot despawned. I slept outside under the rain, feeling all washed up. On day 4, I woke up to a wandering trader which decided to give me his leads for free. And I tried to make a cobblestone farm, but I guess I really forgotten how to make it. So I just made it this way and I decided to AFK farm the cobblestone farm. On day 6, I already started building my house when I got sidetracked for a while. So day 6 was basically lost. I guess I forgot to record. So day 7, I spent it trying to trap these zombie villagers. But I was only able to trap one, or at least I'll be able to kill him and get reasonable trades. And if I'm able to get the second, I'll be able to breed them. So the rest of the 6 to day 14, I just spent arranging my base on getting everything prepared since I decided to change the plan to get myself for a new. I was running low on tools, so I went into the cave to get some iron. I got a few of them. I was also able to grab myself cool. Day 14, I don't know why I just jumped into this ravine for some reason just to get myself some stone for the house that I wanted to build. Because cobblestone, I'm building a lot of it. So I went to bed after seeing such a beautiful sunset. Waking up on day 15, I decided to chop down some spruce tree. After exploring a while, I went to the snow tundra and then I found myself a village at a distance and I found an igloo too. So I decided to venture the igloo first in case I'll be able to find one of those trapped rooms or something, but unfortunately, there wasn't anyone. So I checked the village, hoping I'll find any blacksmith or any good loot, but unfortunately, there wasn't any good loot. I found the second igloo, but still unfortunate. I couldn't find any secret room. But I guess the village was basically useless. But I guess I was able to get enough spruce. On day 18, I started farming. I tilled the ground and I started placing some normal seeds to get some bread. Uh, I, I needed some carpets for my house, so I decided to carry this gray sheep all the way from that side of the map to this mountain. So on day 20, I started to fill in the area for my land so that I have more space to build. I also started chopping down some wood, so because my wood supply was low. So after mining wood for a while with stone pickaxe, I decided to use an iron pickaxe, make it quicker. So I chopped wood the rest of the day, and there was a beautiful sunset too. Well, that was the end of day 31 and day 32. I went to a cave so I could get more resources because I was already basically out of iron and I needed gold and other materials too. So I got some iron and then I came back from the cave. I found a pink baby sheep. That's very rare if you ask me. After going into a cave to mine, I was able to get some diamonds. So I made myself a diamond pickaxe and I was flexing with it. Not too long after that, I found a villager and he decided to give me a free invisibility potion. After running low on resources and me deciding to go and mine, I found some more diamonds again. I was strip mining or mining straight up. I know I haven't learned from my mistake, but still, getting some diamonds are actually nice. I didn't record the footage, but day 23 and day 24 I also spent in the mines. Waking up on the morning of day 25, I killed some mobs for the some XP, and I went to my farm to get some food because I was running low. I decided to make a pen for my sheep. So I brought in all the sheep that I had and I gave them some wheat so that they could start breeding. I took some XP from the floor. So later that evening, I found a wandering trader who was kind enough to give me some leads. And after that, I went to bed. Waking up on day 26, I decided to go to the farm, get some sugar cane, and I went into a lake to get some clay because I needed it to make some bricks for my build. So I quickly took the clay to my base and I put it inside the furnace to start smelting it up. On day 27, I was looking for copper, but I didn't want to go into a cave that I found before because that cave was too big. But I found this one, but zombies were guarding the cave for some reason. And I ate how fast the baby zombies are. Their hitbox are so small, by the way. All this just for some copper. I went back to base and smelted it in a blast furnace. And then when it was night of the 27th, I decided to light up my area finally so that mobs won't be disturbing me. I placed some couple of torches around my forest side, and then on day 28th, I decided to breed the sheep so that we get more sheep for food and so XP too. So I finally decided to start my build on day 28th. Well, the build was coming along nicely. I made the foundation for some reason, I don't know why. I guess you have an house building montage. Let's go. I got sidetracked ever seeing this zombie villager, so I decided to trap him here in a boat so that I could kill him later. So I continued working on the house because it actually took a while to make. I got sidetracked again after seeing this wandering trader offering some moss. So I went to get my emerald and I obviously traded with the wandering trader because I needed moss to test out something. So on day 33, I got some smooth stone and moss, and I placed the smooth stone and the moss, and I got myself a bone meal and bone meal with smooth stone. And apparently, the smooth stone transferred, or should I say, grew to the stone. I decided to use smooth stone instead of dirt to fill up that big old area because I think it was going to save myself a bit more time. So I continued to work on the house by beautifying the environment, and I placed myself a door so that mobs will not be able to enter my house. Not too long after building my house, I went back to the cave to get myself some more iron because I was running low on iron. And not too long after this too, I was able to find myself a skeleton spawner. I found two skeletons fighting themselves. I quickly looted the chest, finding out the chest were actually bones, apart from the power 2 book that was inside. So I decided to leave this place and I took a bucket of water and found out that bug rock happened. I decided to run away so that these skeletons will combo me because everybody knows that bedrock skeletons have aimbot. So this was where I realized that the bucket of water didn't actually pick up. So I tried to clutch up by putting the water like this. And only God knows how the zombies are able to eat me, but I clutched it from that far, so everything is good. So I mined some more iron and I mined some lapis too. And I clutched into this big old cave, finding myself a diamond. I protected the diamond with cobblestone because I didn't want to risk the diamond getting burned into lava. There was only one vein though, but I found myself on that diamond quickly. And I found myself another one, but this one was below lava. I actually don't know if I picked up the diamond or it burned, but after getting home, I decided to smelt up all my materials. And then I made myself a spyglass. I was checking out for the spyglass could see, and it was actually far. So I went back into my completed base and I slept off. Wait, when did I say completed? I decided to complete the roof of my base, missing this clutch. Don't talk about the roof. I know it looks bummed. So I decided to correct the roof back and I decided to fill in the roof with some stairs. Basically, I was almost done with my house. I don't know why my house actually took this long, but I guess it was worth it by the way, sure. Day 36, 37, and 38 were spent building the house, and by day 39, let's say night 39, I was done building my base, at least the exterior of the base. So I went to the farm to harvest everything, and the next morning by day 40, I decided to braid the sheep, and I decided to complete the exterior of my base on night 42. By day 42, this was how my base was looking like. It was actually cool, not gonna lie. I guess this is why it took a while to make. I had the front porch, and by day 40, I went to the village to get myself some pumpkin because I wanted to make some pumpkin lantern, or the lantern pumpkin. I don't know. On getting back to my base, I found a wandering trader that I wanted to trade. He decided to give me some free XP, and by day 44, I decided to farm the farm again, getting some sugar cane. I'm not AFK, you are. Okay, so after I came back, I decided to continue my mine shafts. It was coming along nicely. I don't know. You guys should tell me what you think about it in the comments. After coming back from the mine shaft, I decided to work on the interior of my base by placing some furnace, some barrels, and I decided to make a staircase from the bottom up to the top of my house. I was mining out the floor of my base because I wanted to make an enchanting setup. I already had some library books ready. So I got sidetracked again and I went ahead to go and chop down some spruce wood and I got quite a few number of them and I went back to my sheep farm to share sheep for some carpets to complete my interior. On day 45, after being sidetracked, I saw this witch, so my mind was thinking if I could lure him all the way to my house to try and splash a bottle of weakness on my villagers. Unfortunately for me, I died. Well, after mining some obsidian, I crafted myself an enchanting table and I decided to place it where it was supposed to be and I checked the enchants that were available right now. Some breaking 3 and all my pickaxes, so I decided not to do that. But I got myself Pro 2 on my chest plates, which I would definitely be taking. On the morning of day 46, I decided to farm the farm for some wheat. And with my 11 levels, I got some basic enchanting done. I went back into the cave to get myself some XP by mining coal. I got some more iron. I also got some lapis for XP. I got redstone too. I was able to get myself quite a number of diamonds in this cave exploration. So I went back into the skeleton spawner because I wanted to make an XP farm. I made a 4x4 space all around the spawner. I dug down, I dug around it. So I unfortunately died again. While I'm trying to recover my loot, let me explain how I died. So I was trying to mine out from the skeleton spawner. So I was mining straight up, but this time I put torches below me. But unfortunately, I mined straight up into an ocean or a lake. So water flooded everywhere. So I was trying to swim out. But unfortunately, I drowned inside the water. So yeah, this was where I died unfortunately. But at least I was able to recover my loot and I was back at 11 XP. So I was coming back from the XP farm that I had made. I just slept outside. So on getting back to the skeleton spawner, I was able to make myself a collection system with an upper and a chest. So I made a killing chamber so that I'll be able to eat them, but they won't be able to eat me. I put some glass so I'll be able to see them. So I broke the torch from the skeleton spawner, and unfortunately they shot me down. But nothing really happened. I just went back. So the XP farm was fully functional. I guess the idea of them not being able to eat me didn't work. Or well, it is what it is. At least the XP farm is functional. So I continued to fill up the open space with cobblestone and I bone milled moss around it. I did that till it was dark. So I went back to my base to go and sleep. So on day 52, I decided to go to the skeleton farm. I killed some skeletons and I went to the AFK spots that I created. So after being AFK for a while, there were quite a number of skeletons, so I was able to quickly get to level 25 without any stress. On day 53, I went to my base to get some good enchants. I got Fortune 2 on my Iron Pickaxe and Efficiency 3 alongside with it. And I decided to enchant my Diamond Pickaxe, but I saw there was only Efficiency. So there was this wandering villager that wanted to trade with me for some cactus. He gave me the cactus for free. I went to the cave to get some more diamonds with my Fortune 2 pickaxe. I wanted to see how much diamonds I could get as I was ignoring this skeleton. So I was able to get 4 diamonds from with I was able to get 8 diamonds from a 3 diamond vein. So I went on exploring inside this cave and I found a big hole or a big space in the cave. I started up finding out 2 diamonds inside the cave. Well, the 2 diamonds only gave me 2. So I went to this lava pool to get myself some obsidian quickly. While I was trying to mine up from this place, I found some more diamonds. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vein diamonds. I was able to get to the 30 diamonds. I found some more diamonds while strip mining or trying to leave the cave. We brought my diamond count up to 42. So my fortune pickaxe, I decided to mine myself iron. So while I was mining the iron, I found myself a zombie spawner. Because I heard the sounds of zombies. I was able to get myself a music disc, cool string, and I found this geode, and I got myself some of the geode crystals or whatever they are called. I got myself on that vein of diamond, just 1 diamond, gave me a diamond. I mined some gold by the way. I used the iron that I got from mining to make myself an anvil, and I quickly placed it close to my enchanting area. So I quickly ended up my iron pickaxe because I didn't want the Fortune 2 pickaxe to break as I will still be using it to mine for some resources. I crafted myself a full set of diamond armor. If Bedrock had achievements, I would have gotten the cover me in diamonds. But anyhow, waking up on day 56, I decided to terraform around my area because I needed more space for more builds, and so my land or my compound did look a bit nicer. On night 56, I was able to find another zombie villager, and this time he was holding something in his hand, so the probability it won't despawn was very high. So I trapped it inside my mine shaft, and I placed him inside the boat, or at least he walked into the boat by himself. So on the morning of day 57, I fed all my sheep so that they could give birth. And I went ahead bone milling some more so that they could spread so that my environment would look a bit better and less and more natural. Not too long after that, I went ahead to chop some bush food as I've been needing it for a build that I'll be making. Not saying I'm going to postpone the build to like day 200 or something. That's definitely not some foreshadowing. I was able to get myself an horse. My horse was like very fast, but unfortunately my horse couldn't jump. But it was quickly fast, so I decided to make a pen, or should I say, place where my horse would stay. After having some trouble getting him in, I finally put my horse inside, and I fenced him inside, and I put him on a lead. So I made a fence so that I could put some cows inside. So on morning of 59, I farmed the farm again. And with the wheat that I got from the farm, I was able to lead some of the cows into the pen that I just created the previous night. And I fed them. Riding my horse on day 60, I went to the skeleton farm and I was able to get myself a bunch of XP just from killing this skeleton. I was able to reach level 30 on day 60, so I enchanted my sword with fire aspect, and I ended up getting an insane enchant on the sword, locking me. On the night of day 61, I looked at this beautiful sunset for some reason with my spyglass. I enchanted my helmets with protection 2. So now I had protection 2 on all my armor sets apart from my leggings, which had fire prop 3, which would be useful for me since I'll be going to the nether pretty soon. So I grabbed some nether rack to beautify the nether portal that I made so it wouldn't look like trash. So I placed the obsidian one by one, making the nether portal. I was making my own a bit wider, so I made it like a 3 by 3 space. And I was able to beautify it with all the magma blocks and the netherrack that I collected. So entering the nether portal on day 62, I unfortunately spawned in a basalt, which was a very bad spawn. So I took a gold block with me to the nether, so I started trading with piglins. I was able to get sparrows quickly, but then this piglin went all aggro on me even after wearing a golden helmet. But I was able to get good loots from the piglins, so all was good and okay. I maximize this by using the bedrock glitch. I also will not be forgetting to collect some quartz for XP, not because I need the quartz, but just for the XP. So on day 63, I was able to find myself in Nether Fortress, and luckily for me, the blaze spawner was right above my head. So I killed some blazes, collecting some blaze work as I'll be needing it to make Eye of Ender and a braving stand so that I could kill my villager. Not trying to bring a witch towards the village and die. So after getting everything that I needed, I went back to my nether portal and I teleported back in 2064. Oh, I base was looking kinda nice, not gonna lie, sure. Whilst I was trading with the piglin, I was able to get myself an happy ghast or a dried ghast. So I placed it inside the pond so that it will start growing. So I made myself a brewing stand and I placed it inside my base close to the enchanting area. And I quickly put some blaze powder inside it because I wanted to quickly make a potion of weakness to cure my villager. So I placed sugar and a spider eye, but I forgot that I didn't have a brown mushroom. And I could have sworn there was a brown mushroom rare, but it was the red one instead. On the night of day 64, phantoms decided to attack me, but well, I was too good for them to be able to kill me. I guess I hadn't slept in a while, that's why. So I came back to the nether and I was able to get myself some brown mushroom. That was very quick. I only got one because it was only one I needed. I also collected some quotes for XP because everybody likes quotes. I came back from my portal again and this phantom was still disturbing me. Well, luckily for me, I had a cracked sword, so it was very easy to kill them. So I was finally able to make myself the fermented spider eye. So I went to my house in the brewing stand and I was able to make myself the weakness potion. So while I was making the poison potion, turning it into a splash potion, this kind sir decided to greet me. So I decided to check his trades, but he unfortunately despawned. So on the morning of day 65, I went to the first zombie villager that I trapped and I splashed him with a potion of weakness and fed him a golden apple. I went all the way to my mine shaft and I was able to splash the other one with a weakness potion. I fed him a golden apple too. These villagers have been doing nothing for the past 65 days. They've just been there, sat down AFK. So whilst I was waiting for the villagers to heal, I decided to enchant my diamond pickaxe. I was offered a fortune 2 on my diamond pickaxe, which I obviously got. It had fortune 2 and efficiency 5 on it. And I tried on that enchant, but unfortunately everything was unbreaking. Towards the ending of day 65, my first villager was killed. So I decided to check on the second villager. And luckily for me too, he was also killed. So I spent the night of day 65 mining this cave. I was trying to expand my mine shaft by the way. So all the stone I got, I smelted it down to turn them into smooth stone for a build that I had in mind. So on day 66, I went back to the nether because I needed some quartz for XP to enchant all my items because I was in level 27 and I wanted a level 30 enchant. But after coming to the overworld, I got sidetracked after seeing the baby ghast. So I went into my house, I was able to get my lead, but I finally got the enchant that I wanted on my shovel, an efficiency 3 shovel, which make terraforming much more faster. Not too long after I went outside, I was able to put my happy gas on a lead and I was able to hook him up to the front of my house. And the video smelled this happy gas sound and looked cool. So I got my shovel, I went to the snow biome and I was able to get myself some snowballs, my efficiency 3 pick shovel. I guess I haven't been sleeping much, that's why I've been seeing phantoms lately. They looking disturbing me, but they aren't much of a threat to me. So I grabbed the snowballs and I was feeding my happy ghast and it was able to grow to a huge happy ghast. And unfortunately, I thought if I kept right clicking, it was going to grow more, but nah, it was only damaging him. But snowballs do like zero damage. So I went to bed on day 66. Waking up on day 67, I decided to make an harness for my happy ghast. So I went outside, but I was finding it out to put it on my happy ghast. This time I didn't know that snowballs could attract the happy ghast. So I went to my roof. So I just put it from there, and I was having fun riding the happy ghast because it was actually nice. Flying. Also, you could also stand on the happy ghast. I also found that out later. Day 67 is looking nice, not gonna lie. So on day 67, I went back to the skeleton XP farm because I needed some XP to enhance my items. Getting XP from this farm was actually fast, easy AFK for about 15 minutes. So I got back home at night and I enchanted my shovel. I was able to get efficiency 4 on it and unbreaking 3. So I put it in an anvil and I was able to combine both of my shovels. And guess what I named it? So I went back to my underground base on day 68 and I was mining it out for some more space so that I could make it comfortable for my villagers. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not making anything comfortable for the villagers. They are going to work for me till they die. On the morning of day 69, I went to the sheep farm to share some sheep for some wool. Since it was thunderstorming outside, I decided to sleep because I was scared if lightning would strike. Because my house is made of wood and I didn't want it to burn. Waking up on the morning of day 70, I decided to mine the blocks which I tried to my villager inside because I wanted to transport him all the way from up to my bunker downstairs. So I tried to push him inside the boat, but I wasn't getting it. So after getting the villager down without any problem, I decided to roll for him for mending trades because I needed mending on all my items. So I began re-rolling, but it didn't go off that well. Wait, what am I saying? It went very well. I was able to get mending quickly just for 13 emeralds and a book. So I gave the villagers some bread so that they could breed because I needed more villagers for more trades. After trading my fletcher for some while, I was able to get myself some emeralds. So I went back downstairs to see that they were already baby villagers. So I went to my mending trader and I got myself mending books. And I quickly applied the mending book on my fortune pickaxe because I did not want it to break. So I went to the nether and I killed a ghast. But the reason I went to the nether was for XP. I got a music disc. So I came back to the base after getting some XP from the nether to combine two of my pickaxes together to get a better one. So on day 74, I got myself an efficiency diamond axe and I started chopping down some spruce wood because I needed it for a build that was still postponing. On the evening of day 74, there was some more terraforming below my base. So at night, there was this baby zombie that I was able to trap. I slashed a potion of experience on him and I gave him a golden apple. The baby update was actually looking nice to me, sure, because the baby mobs look better than before. There was some more terraforming on day 74. I was still filling in the space because I had a lot of space to fill if I wanted to add more builds. Day 75, I continued terraforming, by the way. On night 75, I had two zombie villagers who were following me, so I was luring them towards my base. But unfortunately, this happened, and then the zombie baby villager that I killed just became uncured. So I was able to bring the two zombies down to the base, and I was able to splash them with some potions. And I also turned some of the zombies that I had into a zombie villager to get more reduced trades. Unfortunately, there's no day 77. I forgot to record. But on the morning of day 78, I shared some sheep and I decided to make a stone farm or a cobblestone farm because I did not want to be traveling to the cave or going to any cave just to get some cobblestone or smoothstone. Yeah, so when I was done building the stone farm, it was working perfectly, I guess. So I stood there AFK mining it. So after being there for a while, I was able to get quite a number of stacks of stone in every of my chest. So I took all my stone down to the smelting area to get them turned into smooth stone because I needed it for a build, which I'm still postponing. So I got down to my base to get some trading done. I traded all my sticks for some emeralds so I could trade the emeralds for mending books, which I'll be putting on all my armor, like on my boots. So on the 8th day, I went back to continue mining the spruce tree for more sticks, and I came back to put mending on all my armor after buying some more mending books. So I basically had mending on all my armor apart from my leggings right now. So on night 80, I went back to the skeleton XP farm to get some XP to use to get my durability back on all my mending armor. So I stood there AFK up to day 81. So after coming back day 81, I was met with a lot of skeletons already inside the killing chamber. So after killing a ton of skeletons, all my armor with mending on them were already at max durability. It was only my pickaxe which wasn't at max durability yet. So on day 82, I was clearing out the space that will be needed for the build I was talking about. Will you see the build in this 100 days? I'm not sure. After terraforming with my shovel, I had to put mending on it because I had taken a fatal blow. On day 84, I was mining out the spruce wood that were around the area that would be making my build. I had already placed down the outline of the build, as you can see. On day 85, I was still chopping down some trees, I was clearing out the space. So at mid of day 86, I was finally done chopping down all the trees that were around the area. So on the 86, I already started on the build I was talking about. I started off by placing the stone bricks on the floor, and I raised the walls by 4 blocks, and I used stripped wooden blocks for it. On night 86, I decided to plant all my plants black because I needed food. So on the morning of day 87, I grabbed myself some carrots and my fortune 2 pickaxe. So I boned me my carrot and I used the fortune pickaxe on it in case I'll be able to get more carrot drops from just a single plant of carrots. And yeah, it actually worked. I was actually able to get a lot of carrots from this. So I later went on to the mineshaft that was built where my villagers were. So I decided to trade my sticks with the fletcher to get some more emeralds so I could buy more mending books from the mending villager. So after getting all the mending books that I needed, I was able to apply the mending book to my diamond leggings, and I was also able to apply it to my diamond axe. And I was contemplating what I should add the last mending book to. So I just decided to add it to my sword since it was like the best option there. One day I went back to the nether because I needed to trade with the piglins. I used the bedrock glitch whereby if you break blocks, they are going to trade with you faster. I was trading with the piglins for ender pearls because I was about to go to the end. So by day 90, I came back to the overworld and I went to the skeleton farm because I needed some XP. I was on 9 levels. So I went to the AFK spots and I was there AFK. I stood AFK up to day 90. So by day 90, when I came back, there were a ton of skeletons in the killing chamber. I was able to get up to 14 levels, meaning that all my diamond armor were already repaired already because I had many. So by day 90, this was how the build was coming along. As you can see, the build is like very big because of the space I left for it. At night 90, there were a ton of phantoms spawning around my base. I decided to kill them, and for some reason, I had a stupid idea of taking the fights to them in the sky. So I took my happy ghasts and I decided to fight them up from there. But unfortunately for me, my happy ghast got caught in crossfire when I was trying to attack this phantom in F3 mode. So it was burning and I did not know how to place water on it. So I guess it died. I guess this is a disadvantage of having an OP sword. So I gave my happy ghast a proper burial by putting his harness inside one of the barrels alongside the phantom brain and the lead. I spent the whole of day 91 in the nether grinding for XP from nether quartz, and I also mined gold because I wanted to make golden carrots because I was getting prepared for the ender dragon fight. And holy combo, what is this? I got jumped by 5 billion magma cubes. I was nearly about to die earlier. So on the morning of day 92, I took my horse alongside with me. I threw a ender eye to lead me to the stronghold. But wise me using like 1 billion% of my brain cells, I decided not to take my horse because navigating through this dense forest to be an hassle. So while I was going towards the direction of the stronghold, I found a village. Well, this isn't the only village I found, as fortunately I was about to find another second village. And so the second village I found was in the snow biome. And then it was getting dark, so I decided to place my bed, go to sleep. On the morning of day 93, the Ender Pearl turned back, and anybody who plays Bedrock will know that most times the stronghold is always below a village. So yeah, it was a village that I mined under. So I decided to dig down from these spots and I was able to find the stronghold from here, but not the exact room that I needed. So yeah, I spent another like 5 minutes looking for the place that I would be putting on the eye as the portal room. I was able to get a smithing template, so all was well and good. So I found and looted a library room. The team also had another smithing template, but I did add one like that, but I still decided to take it. So after exploring the stronghold for a while, I was finally able to find the portal room. So unfortunately for me, there were only two eye placed, and I broke one of my own ender eye. So I was one ender eye short. So after finding that I was one eye short, I went back to the surface to sleep, and then I took my iron and I put it inside this blast furnace. Not that it'll be useful in the future or anything. So I went back to the portal room. I made myself a nether portal, and from the nether I went all the way back to my base. So on day 94, I finally had the last eye that I needed, but this gas was trying to stop me from getting back to my base. So I went back to the village where the stronghold was located by, but I died. So let me explain my cause of death. So this was the hole that I dug into when I was going into the stronghold, but unfortunately the water I placed turned into ice block. So this was basically how I died. I died the second time. So yeah, I remembered the iron that I had left inside that blast furnace. So I went there to go and grab it. And with the iron, I was able to make myself a bucket. So I grabbed the water from the frozen lake. And so I went back through that same hole, but this time I placed the water carefully. And I placed the bucket and I fell into the water so that I could not take any fall damage. So after grabbing all my resources, I put all my armor back on and I was about to enter the ender portal. This is the last eye, and yeah, this is it, guys. After 95 days, I'm about to kill the ender dragon. This would not be the first time I'm killing the ender dragon, but the last time I killed the ender dragon like 5 years ago or something. So I made my way up the stairs and I jumped into the portal, getting instantly teleported into the end. I was spawned on this obsidian platform, but I quickly made my way to the end island. I took out the first ender crystal with my bow, and then I was going for the next. So I pillared up the side of another tower, and I was able to break the crystal. I quickly ate some food because I needed to regen, so I sniped all the other crystals that were in sight from here. I was able to get the closest one to me. I got the nearest one, but then there was this other one that was too far, so I just tried to aim it from here, but it didn't break. But finally, I got it to break, and then I made this insane water bucket clutch. I was under tension, if you don't realize. So I was finally able to break the last crystal that was allowing the ender dragon to regen his HP. So I loaded my crossbow and I was able to get this insane shot on the ender dragon. That was a nice aim from extremes here. So when the dragon was approaching, I decided to place my bed, and then I did a lot of damage to the ender dragon and also to myself, so I had to run away to quickly regen my HP. And not too long after, I was able to shoot the ender dragon final bullets to the ender dragon, and I was able to kill it. Day 96, I was finally able to kill the ender dragon. So I got myself a torch and I got the ender dragon egg, and I made my way towards the outer end. So yeah, after turning up my render distance to 50 chunks, I was finally able to spot an end city. But unfortunately for me, the end city did not have any end ship on it. But then there was another one next towards it, so I decided to bridge towards it and I probed from afar. So yeah, luckily for me, the other end ship was able to have it. So I used the levitation from the shulker and I probed. I was able to get to the end ship. So I quickly killed this shulker and then I went into this ship. So I was able to kill this shulker and I was able to get myself the elytra. First elytra of the 100 days. So I quickly went outside of the ship because I needed the dragon head. Because how you get the elytra, you forget the head. So I quickly placed some blocks around it so that it's not fall down. And I was able to mine myself the dragon head. Only 97 days in and I've already made this much progress. Well, I guess the dragon head kind of looks cool on my head. So yeah, I flew towards other end ship and I was able to find another edge end ship again. So I dived down and I was able to loot it. I was able to loot the chests that were in it, and the loot inside were actually crazy loots. And I was able to get myself a second elytra. But I was like, wow, stop there. When you can get yourself a third elytra, so I already had three elytra, and I was able to get myself a fourth elytra. Hopefully, this greediness doesn't make me die. So by day 98, I fell and I died in the end. So I was contemplating quitting and giving up on the world, but a game I never quit. So I went back to my base and I grabbed some ammo and tools. I made my way through the ocean and through the dense spruce forest. And I was able to find the village and I went down the same hole that I died in earlier. It was still moon 99, so I still before it was 100. So I finally made my way to the end waypoint and I used the trapdoor to enter through the portal. I quickly spawned in, and me having a big brain, I was able to remember the routes that I passed. So I quickly went on the bridge that I already made before. Whenever I ran out of blocks, I used my diamond pickaxe to mine some endstone because I would use the blocks to bridge. So I made my way up to an end ship that I've never been to before. So I killed the shulker and I was able to get myself an elytra. Now I was able to bring fireworks alongside with me, so I just needed this elytra to fly to the exact location at which I died. So I took off and I started flying to the exact location, following the proper direction to conserve a lot of fireworks. So yeah, while traveling with the elytra, I made a pit stop to loot an entity that I found and I was able to get another elytra. Obviously, the more elytra you have, the better. I just wanted to flex with it. So yeah, I guess I didn't notice it was already day 100 and I was luckily able to find my loot before it was day 101. So yeah, I was able to take my loot from the floor before it despawned, because if you load the junk for 5 minutes, start picking on any loot, it's going to despawn. So yeah, I put on my unnecessary items inside the shulker and I took all my loot. So yeah, this has been an amazing 100 days. If you enjoyed the video and watched to the end, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and follow. And yeah, I want to give a shout out to at Skulls Game and one person that I met at a random game of Bedrock. Shout out to you all. And in case you all enjoy this type of videos, don't forget to tell me in the comment section and tell me like what you think I can improve and stuff like that. In case you all enjoyed the video, thanks, and don't forget that Jesus loves you. Have a nice one. Peace.